is fancy.
It's actually the opposite of fancy. I don't have to do anything. It's lazy is what it is.
Okay.
So,
Very cool.
But, so, you know, probably now's a good time to not talk about bandit trails anymore.
What bandit what?
I have no idea. No clue. No clue. But let's definitely bounce off each other what we're thinking going forward, or what we need to consider going forward, or not go forward at all. Are we still at nobody's really on board at the moment except potentially you two? Is that where we're at?
Dale bailed.
Yeah. I kind of had David. He had a buddy. I'm not sure about the buddy, but he might still go. I hadn't heard much from them.
Yeah.
Megan's out.
Yeah.
I think.
Did you get a chance to look over that second segmenting map I laid out?
I did. That looks
Does that look
more doable?
Doable.
Well, I went after we talked. You know, I went to the Colorado Trail 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And rode some pieces of it. I have issues in the heat, and so I'm kind of thinking. I mean, it could be an issue.
Yeah.
Because if you run into some hot days up there, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's exposed. There's no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not in the woods much.
Realistically, in July, we should still be okay-ish. I mean, any sooner you start getting into the realm of, well, you just can't ride it because everything's snowed in still.
And they got some big snows too. Up in Crested Butte, I was looking at the 401 trail. I mean, it's like 20 feet of snow banks, you know, or whatever. But it's going to be tough. We rode Gold Camp out of Colorado Springs. Have you ever done that?
Mm-mm.
That would be perfect.
That's
all like gravel. That's a cool. We could do a trial run on this. We rode part of it. It's 141 miles, and it's Colorado Springs. And it's just like a gravel, nice, cool trail down to Canyon City,
yeah.
And then back around and back up. So it's a biking trail.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about running for Colorado Trail.
The only thing I worry about is you have bad wrist or anything at all? Not yet? Okay.
I rode that. I did Triple Crown on that bike right there, just like it sits, with all my bags and everything strapped to it. And I mean, that's Womble Watchdog Trail, and love it. And I didn't have any issues. But also, we're not trying to set any speed records or anything.
No, it's just a steady
moving.
Well, and that's the thing. Particularly if we do end up with just a couple people. I mean, at that point, there's no pressure,
right,
of any kind. It's just, and if it is a hot day, what the hell? We take a 0 day, or we do it a half day where it's just the morning and the late afternoon or something like that.
Yeah.
Cramp?
Yeah. God. Oh shoot.
I mean, ultimately.
You want a massage gun?
No, I'm just gonna try to figure it out here. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a couple more people that we know or acquaintance with.
No, and that's fine. That's
a little
fine.
Bit of a group. I think we could find. What about Sean
McAfee?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't invited him. I invited Shannon. Shannon said he couldn't do it. I invited Adam. Adam said he was out, and I invited Caleb, and Caleb's denied too.
It's
a big commitment.
People don't have that much time to give.
It's a lot of time, and that's Toby. There was some guys I was talking to, and they're like, "Hell, you don't have service. You know, they have work. You know, check in, and I mean, it is a little bit of a."
It's a straight bucket list item for me, though. That's the way
it is. Yeah, I think
and I guess that's kind of where I'm coming from, and why I'm wanting the three of us to sit down. Like I said, in my world, I wasn't on board with this trip of, well, we got to have at least 10 people to do it to make it worth my while. It's actually quite the opposite. It's more along the lines of, I would rather just do something to get a sense of if it is it viable to try to do bigger trips like that somewhere down the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to learn with 2 or 3 or 4 people than it is to really screw up with a dozen people.
Yeah.
Is the way I look at it.
It's the bigger the group, the tougher.
Oh,
it
there's
is.
Yeah, it is. There's mechanicals and problems and bad day. And...
They're people. It's people. Ultimately that's where somebody's going to have an issue. The more people you have in the mix, the likelihood of
mechanicals, everything,
just drama,
yeah,
increases exponentially.
Yeah, I think the last time we did Wood A-Bramble, we had like, I want to say 11 or 12 people, and it was a clusterfuck. I mean,
I can believe that. I wouldn't be comfortable doing it. The only way I would be comfortable doing it with 11 or 12 people is if it's 11 or 12 people that I've already done 2 or 3 other trips with, and I already know what...
All these guys were ramblers.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They all had their merits and stuff, but I do think that it benefits. It doesn't matter what the number is. If you're on like a private trip like that, it benefits you to have an even number, because inevitably people split into groups of 2 or 4 or whatever. But as long as somebody has somebody to partner up with, it tends to work out better. That's been my experience. Now, the smaller the group, it doesn't really matter. Like when we did Triple Crown, it was just the 3 of us. It was Adam and Shannon and myself. However, we had Josh Dean and Greg Harrow were on injured reserve. They both had wrist injuries, which precluded them from riding. So they did a lot of hiking during the day, and they would meet us at campsites, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And to the effect where they would get there and go, hey, we actually found a better place to camp, 1 mile down the trail. Like, we're right next to water and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So,
no, we're going to learn a ton on this.
That's I'm looking at it as a big old scouting trip, quite frankly, is the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And for me, that's also an advantage to keeping it small, quite frankly. If we can just do everything out of my truck and not have to involve a trailer, man, that makes things so much easier.
What would we need a trailer for?
If we were gonna have 6 or 8,
we're thinking
or 10
about everybody's gear, and
because the point was for me to haul people's gear from overnight spot to overnight spot and food and everything like that. So
what does Resupply? I have not had time, or I have not made time to delve super hard into it, other than just strict numbers, mileage and elevation and such. But what does Resupply look like, if any? And what does water look like?
We have maps. I have a map that it shows you where your water sources are each day.
And
you just bring your filter. You're welcome to come, but we're going to do White Rim in Moab, May 1st.
Really?
You need to do that. This bike would be perfect. It's 100-mile. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 100-mile Jeep road, 8,000 feet of climbing, and we got Mark Kuthi, his son, me, Megan, Scott. Got like 8 of us. But we're going to go up the weekend before, so May 1st is a Monday, which it should be less crowded. And so we're going to kind of...
I won't be back until that Sunday. I have an event. I have a catering event that weekend.
Well, damn it.
Up in Jacksboro. Forestburg, actually, but...
Well,
dang it.
That's it's going to be one of my... It'll kind of be a test too. Can I ride 100? Can I do 8,000 feet of climbing a day? And then, that's the thing with the Colorado Trail. It's like, do it every day.
Yeah.
You have to get on your bike.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there's people less shape than us.
Yeah.
That do it.
It's
just a matter of being able to sit on the bike.
You're in shape enough to do it. You just need to manage your pace.
I was talking to myself today.
You win or lose right here.
Yeah. No, I push
It
my
ain't-
mind
it's-
knows
it-
a pace, and it pushes 200 and something watts.
No,
Yeah.
Tries to all the time. I
That's-
mean,
that's my
anytime I look
point.
down, I'm at 2 something. I'm like, man, let's just chill out,
You
you
need
know.
to-
And I've got to calm myself down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put I'll probably run a 30 up front. I'm still running 11 speed, but I'll probably put a 30 up front and just kind of just keep it
Yeah.
just kind of smooth. And I've heard, I don't know. I mean, if you don't have bad wrist or back or anything, you should be fine. But I have so many injuries, so
Yeah.
I may run flat pedals a couple days and just let my knees rest from being clipped in, and definitely full suspension and tape my wrist. My wrist is hurting from today, but
That's all motocross though.
it is. It's old injuries, arthritis, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I say we try to find a couple more people maybe, and just keep it small. Maybe go for 4.
I mean,
4 would be a magic number for me. I think.
I think if we put the pieces together,
Mm-hmm.
somebody will fall in our lap
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
somebody will. What's the best way to put this? Don't go recruiting people that don't really want to do it or aren't really into it or
Right.
aren't truly committed. I think if we just start putting the pieces together and
Yeah, it'll come
sharing information like this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
somebody will approach us and go, "Hey, that's on my bucket list."
Yeah.
And I've got 4 weeks of unspent vacation that I got to burn somewhere this year or whatever. I think somebody will fall into place if we put the basic pieces together. And that's once we start doing that, then people that it fits into their lives, they'll be able to see that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely like, have you watched the race? You know, they have a race every year.
Yeah, I've seen.
Man,
footage
this
of it.
guy was going for like a 4-day deal.
That's
His eyes
insane.
swole up so bad he
Oh, yeah.
couldn't see. Like, it's like these guys go deep out there, and
Dude, that's insane to me. That's my problem with like endurance events, like even Race Across Texas. You know, the guys that go out there and just absolutely crush it. They forgo sleep. Sleep is a very precious commodity to me. I have to sleep.
I have to sleep too, and that's really one of the only things I'm worried about. Because if I start to miss sleep, then I'm just my body kind of. And we're going to be up so high. There's not a lot of your recovering is not near what it would be here. You know.
That's true.
Yeah. So when you recover, you know, when we're down here, I mean, heart rate's going to be elevated up there the whole time.
You don't sleep in a hyperbaric chamber?
Nah, I have one. No. I thought about one. You know, we're always looking for an edge.
Sure.
But
that's crazy. Russ Walker, forever ago, when I still lived in Shreveport, I'm talking 25, 28 years ago, that guy slept in a hyperbaric chamber, wore his heart rate monitor was downloadable, and he graphed everything and charted all that stuff. I mean, he was insane.
He's Russ Walker.
Yeah.
So,
Strong.
Tell you what, though, if I spend more than 5 or 6 days in Colorado, I come back here and I can feel what Lance used to feel with this extra. I don't know why. I get one ride, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like gone. After
I was the other way. When I would spend a week or 2 up there, I would come back here, and man, I would be killing it for the rest of the summer.
You just carry on.
Yeah.
See, I get one good one, like one just extraordinary power, can't get tired, and then the next ride, shit, back to normal.
Well, everybody's different.
Yeah.
It just works that way.
You know, I think there would be some people that would be interested in like going, okay, I'll start with you guys. We'll go through Buffalo Creek.
Yeah.
We'll go over Georgia Pass. We'll get into Frisco Breckenridge, where you pop out.
Right.
Yeah.
In the middle down there. That's.
I think there's some potential for that. I think there is potential for tag-alongs and partial join-alonger type stuff.
Yeah.
There's a hike-a-bike somewhere, and we need to figure this out. It's 3,500 feet of hike-a-bike. And it's like almost 4 hours of walking.
Yeah.
That's a brutal
day. I think
day.
that's on the other side of, on the west side of, what's the resort after Breckenridge?
Copper. Is it before Copper or after Copper?
I thought it was after.
Maybe after Copper. Because you can almost make it to Copper from Denver to Copper, I've seen some guys ride, 134 miles, and I think they're damn near in Copper, something like that, or they were about to have breakfast, I think, maybe
Right.
in Copper.
Breckenridge, everything I'm looking at, stopping in Breckenridge complicates things. You have to
Because you're on day 2, and you'd have to cut your day 2 short.
something like yeah. Either way you do it,
because we could get to Georgia if we left at 7 a.m. We'd be at Georgia Pass by about dark. Like we'd be up top, right above basically Breckenridge. So
man, that's a hell of a day.
First day.
And that
I've seen some guys actually.
I think you're getting aggressive.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that.
I think we need to go the other way.
Yeah, I think your first day needs to be a tiptoe. Honestly.
Well, we could stop at Buffalo Creek.
Yeah.
And there's camping all right in there there's parking lots, there's toilet, stuff like that right there.
Plus, you don't want to camp up high if you can avoid it because the exposure.
Buffalo Creek will still be at 75.
Yeah.
So that would be good. And then if we can get up over Georgia the next day, and then down maybe into Frisco.
Yeah.
Eat, maybe get a hotel that night.
Yeah.
Go out. Yeah, try to stay off the tops of these mountains for sure.
That's the thing. You're saying you're concerned about heat, but I think the bigger concern for me is just temperature swings and how to be close.
Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in all that shit up there.
And the elevation changes too. You're gonna lose and gain 40 degrees in a day.
Oh yeah.
Dressing and undressing and all that and packing, having a light rain jacket with you and that kind of stuff. Or, I mean, you don't want to just embrace being wet because then you get hypothermia that quick too when you're up that high. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, you can get rained on, sunshine, hailed on. I mean, I've done it. We've been in trees all together, hanging on, and when the storm comes through, and all of a sudden, sun's out. It's the best ride ever.
Yeah.
So you just you don't know, but we definitely need. And that's the thing. That's the thing too, is learning about like, I mean, definitely carrying maybe a rain. I've seen some guys put the pants and the tops on, have that wrapped up. Yeah. I have an emergency sleeping bag that's about this big.
Yeah,
and it's one of those little foil kind of things that just in case. And carry that. I've got a GPS is it called Inreach?
Garmin Inreach.
I've got a Garmin Inreach. So, and then they make a Garmin that's got the really good maps on it that a lot of these guys take. It's not like a Garmin computer like we run. I mean, it looks kind of like it. It's a little bigger, but it has like the map. Like as you're going, it has the actual trail. These guys were carrying it on the Colorado Trail race, which was.
Yeah, but how are you going to charge that? Or is it
at night.
Double A's?
At night, hopefully.
Oh.
Maybe they make a bar like about this big, and that's why if we could meet him at least, hopefully almost every evening, plug in our stuff.
Because I've got a generator hub on that bike that it goes into, it feeds that light, and then you can charge a cash bank too, so you can through charge it as well.
What's this thing weigh?
I don't know. I don't weigh it, but it's all. I mean, all the cages are titanium, the frame's titanium, seat post is titanium, and everything else is carbon pretty much.
So 20...
Probably 26.
26, yeah.
I mean, offloaded, with no bags and no pedals, it's probably 26.
I bought a bag that a lot of people carry that goes off the back.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
I'm gonna run that in Moab.
Yeah.
Just kind of check it out. But you can carry quite a bit of stuff in that thing.
Have you loaded it and ridden with it yet?
Not yet.
Do that because if you don't get it situated right, a lot of people have problems. Which bag did you buy? Who is it?
I don't know.
Is it Rebel 8 or
something I found on Amazon?
Oh, because a lot of times what people will deal with those is you get a lot of tail wag, and it messes people up. So the other thing is when you load that bag,
it just kind of has a sway to the bike.
So make sure when you load it, you want to put the heaviest items towards your seat post. You know, like if you're going to carry you know, anything heavy. I'll show you the one I have real quick.
I wish I could ride a hardtail. My back's so messed up, but they make that pretty cool adventure bike with the gearing inside here, that belt drive.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Although, hey, go get food right now. We're meeting at Brad's house up here off Country Club. Yeah, you're welcome to come. Just go grab food right now. No. Yes, please. What? Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Just, you guys want any food or anything?
Man, I'm always hungry.
I'm good.
That's my new handlebar bag. That's a pronghorn. Have you messed with one of those?
No, I have
Feel
not.
how light that is.
You want like a sandwich or anything at Mike's or something?
Easy.
Okay. Sandwich? Panini?
Whatever you get.
What did I get last time? That was really... Oh, I got breakfast. Just get us like a panini sandwich or something like that. And you know how I like mine, just plain on.
So what are you rolling this?
So this is the
bag. You use it for the regular bag?
Yeah, this is handlebar. But the cool
Kevin,
thing about this,
I'm good.
He's
Thanks.
good. Okay. Yeah,
the thing about this is it's waterproof.
Thank you. And maybe
Go, I like that bag.
I rode 80 miles.
And you can compress it. I mean, that's the beauty of that harness is even if you only ran it like this big, you can still center it up, or you can run it as wide as you want. And there's nothing to this system. So that's my saddlebag. I found this, especially if you can be loading and unloading, every night. So this is the harness essentially, and you know it's got stuff so you can strap, like if you had a pad or something on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about this is this stays on the bike, and then this bag you can take off. Because I used to have one where everything was together, and so every time you wanted to reload it,
you're like,
you had to, you either had to take it off the bike or you're holding your bike up trying to shove all the stuff in there.
Okay.
And it didn't have a burp valve on it, which is, I think, is a big deal.
That's
big
for
deal
waterproof.
Because,
that's essential.
Yeah, and so when you're shoving all your stuff in here, and then you're trying to roll it up, you inevitably end up with that. And then you can just burp it,
that's cool.
cinch it down, and then once you get it, you lock it back in.
Well, I'll test what I got and see, and then kind of go from there.
And then this is my handlebar bag. This thing,
you roll that up and kind of put it on the front.
Yeah, so it's got a harness that goes on the front, and you know it's got standoffs so you don't interfere with all your cables or whatever business you've got. But this is just a soft-sided harness, and then this is the bag for that. So how light that bag is. That's crazy. And that's waterproof.
So you just roll.
He doesn't have anything to compare it to. Come on now.
But you roll that down, and then you just center it up on here.
And you just click that in right there.
It clips on just like this, and then I've got a pocket that goes on front of that clips onto these clips.
Okay.
So you can put like snacks or maps or whatever in there too. So.
Yeah, I've been kind of studying this YouTube stuff. I'm seeing a lot of those and how they do everything. You know, like.
Well, and the thing is, people pack differently. You know, everybody. It's kind of like, where do you keep your keys? You know, some people are left pocket, some people are right pocket. Where do you keep your wallet? You know. But I mean, but the thing is, here's the thing. I bring that up because it's the same thing on your bike. You know, if you didn't put your keys in your left pocket every time, you'd always be like, "Where's my keys?" When I set up my bike, I always put all my stuff in the same spot. That way, when you're dinged out at the end of the day, and you're like, and you're looking for something, it's always where you know in the same spot instead of going, "Oh, I think I'm going to run my whatever over here this time or whatever." If you figure out how it works, stay with that and kind of lock it in. It makes a big difference. So,
I don't know how much I will actually carry on the bike because if we're gonna have someone meet us,
you got to carry enough to survive, regardless of if you're able to meet me or not. Because shit can go sideways where y'all get stranded where I can't meet up with you,
or
or
if we call a short day and you can't get to us. Yeah.
exactly. So you need to be able to carry at least the bare essentials to make it through a day and a night without me.
Man, it's almost like this YouTuber that does all these bike packing stuff. His name's Ryan Doozer or something like that. You know who he is? Mm-hmm. He's pretty big time.
Yeah.
But he there's like a pizza place like he runs into on this trail. Like it's almost like, it'd be cool to where's that at?
Right.
And then like a restaurant, have a beer and some pizza and then keep going and then I don't know. Like
that sounds ideal.
That sounds good.
See that's the thing. It never goes as planned.
Yeah.
Right.
Ultimately that's what the issue is. The plan has to be able to get by when the plan blows up.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of this.
Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can definitely put all sorts of wanna-dos in the mix. That's not a problem, and there's nothing wrong with jumping through hoops to accomplish some of them. But I can guarantee you, somewhere along the way, something's going to go sideways.
It always does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way for it not to. One of the biggest things you can do, Joey, quite frankly, and people from Texas and Florida do really well at Leadville and SBT gravel and all that stuff up there, because the reality is our heat is just as good a training as the altitude is.
True.
Oh, I do. I ride better. I ride good there because I can't ride in the heat.
Yeah.
But
once it gets hot here, you've seen me in races. If it's hot, I suck.
Yeah.
That's my point. You need to learn how to ride in this heat.
Yeah,
when you learn how to ride in this heat day after day after day, then you can ride in that altitude.
What's the plan? Do we want to go up just day before and go?
Yep.
Or do you want to? Just go ahead and go.
Yeah, you're not going to have. You're not going to have time to properly acclimate.
Usually my worst day is the third day. I don't know why. It's day 3, it's kind of, and then it kind of levels back out.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But okay.
Second day is usually, into the second day is when you start waking up, legs start feeling good and everything, and then day 3 there's kind of a little deterioration, and then day 4 your body goes, oh, so we're going to keep doing it.
This day 4 is this is how we do it now.
Yeah.
How good a shape are you in?
Not good shape right now.
Not good shape.
I'm probably getting 50, 60 miles a week. So
yeah, you're gonna have to step that up.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm gonna try to lose close to 10. Well, I'm starting to lose already, but probably 10 pounds. And
I don't think you want to lose too much weight going into this, though.
Well, I do. I just like to be lighter on the bike. I need to lose some.
I know, but you're gonna have 12 days to lose weight on the bike.
It's true.
That's the thing.
How many hours a week you doing right now?
10 to 15.
Okay.
So I'll have a 10, 10, 10, 15, 10, 10, 10 kind of thing. So I've been doing, like today, 80. I was 5.5 hours on the bike.
Yeah.
So
what bike were you riding?
Just my mountain bike.
Yeah. So you rode 80 on full squish.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good day.
That's
fully open front rear.
That's a good training day.
Yeah. And did some intervals.
Are you doing days like that back to back right now?
No, not. I might do that and then follow it up. I gotta work early in the morning, but I would like to follow it up with like another 40 or 50.
Yeah.
Sure.
But next week I'm gonna do back to back. Probably do 3. Mm-hmm. Do like a 70, a 50, maybe and a 50 or something like that. And then we got white rim, and I'll taper